Hi everyone, welcome to Home at Last, and this is Joanne. I have come by to share something small about this puppet thing. I know this is the new Kinder Joy in town. It's a very small thing but very expensive gadget, and most of the children are demanding for it. I remember I delivered to a parent recently of a 2-year-old, around two and a half, and the parent was telling me that it's a gadget that children in her home are fighting for. She has a 2-year-old, she has a 11-year-old, and they are fighting for this puppet thing. So you're wondering, what is this? Let us see. Children like fidgeting, and a fidgeting child means that their attention is not well captured. So when a child fidgets, a teacher who has gone to school, who has done psychology, is able to say that this child's attention is not well captured. So we can see that most of the children with this fidgeting habit, of course most children at some point, if you make a child to sit like for more than 30 minutes, you will notice that their attention has started drifting. And children with anxiety, they also fidget. Children with hyperactivity, children with attention problems, commonly known as ADHD syndrome, you find them fidgeting. It is not easy. Mostly when you put children to sit maybe in a class or somewhere that their attention is needed, for a long time you will notice that they have become restless. And if they are doing something which is not interesting, of course, at some point the attention will be affected. We fight for children to focus, mostly in class. We fight for children to focus, even in church when a preacher is preaching, or even at home when you need their attention. But when the activity that you are doing is not interesting to that child, if their mind is not well captured, they will of course find something to do. And this something to do can be destructive. Mostly in class, when children are in class, they are seated. Maybe they have their pen. You will find the child chewing their pen. You'll find the child chewing the pencil. They can even chew their sweater. You know, here are the sweaters. You'll find the child chewing the sweater. Or even they'll find some part in their collars to chew. Even a t-shirt, when they have a t-shirt, they'll chew the t-shirt. If it's not chewing something, maybe they'll even change their sitting position. You know, when a child becomes restless, they try sitting this way, they try sitting that way, just to distract their mind. Also, you can find them scribbling. They scribble in a book. Maybe it's a class book, maybe for homework. They start writing things on the book that are not part of the curriculum. They start just writing, fidgeting, just trying to distract their mind. Some even poke their nose in class. I know it's not interesting. Some poke their nose. Some play with their fingers. You know, we try putting these children, as in we think that when we tell them stop fidgeting, stop moving around, okay, it's not easy. But when you tell a fidgeting child to stop, that is when their mind goes on sleep mode. You can imagine. The best thing to do, rather than telling them stop, as a good teacher, when you realize that this child is not attentive, and you realize that their mind is drifting away, just try to draw some attention to something else. I know I've done some small psychology. By profession, I'm a human resource. I've done a professional course in psychology in children and at workplace. So I have little knowledge of psychology, and mostly psychology in children. I have my own children. When you tell them to stop, it's not the solution. The best thing is to change the activity. Make them active. Draw some attention to something else, maybe what is interesting, so that you can get them back to class. The best thing to calm a fidgeting child, maybe put some interesting music in the background, but not to distract others. They can do earphones or headphones with some sweet, just soothing music. You can give them something in their hand to play with, like the pop it. Yes, they can pop it. That will reduce the inactivity, as in to make them active, just to make their fingers active. You can make them to sit, stand, maybe play around in class, just to change the environment for them. Do not restrict movement of children. I know this pop-it thing came in during COVID times. It was there before. You remember when some of us were growing up, there was this paper that could be found in new items that have been bought, maybe fridge, maybe TV, a radio. We used to fight over it with my sister. Who will pop it first? But you know that one, if you pop it, you cannot unpop. If there's something called unpop, you cannot unpop, because if you press it, that is how air comes out of it, and that is how it dies. Lucky children of today, you have something you can pop and pop back, pop and pop back. So just try to make these children active in a way. Try to make them even run around. I remember when you were sleeping in class when you were young, teacher used to get us out of class, tell us to make a lap round the field and come back to class. At least that mind will be attentive. So, children, pop it. Yes, it helps. There are many toys rather than the pop it thing, but today I just thought of talking about this pop it thing because most of the parents were telling me that there's a new Kinder Joy in town. So someone, when they were ordering, they told me this is the new Kinder Joy. So I want your feedback. I want feedback from you. What do you think about this pop it thing? But try to keep our children active, not putting them in front of our TV, not giving them a phone. Just engage their fingers and you'll get the mind to focus. So that is what I had for today. I'll come back with more. I know that you are ready there to like the video and to subscribe. Thank you. Have a lovely time.